What's going on, my peoples? This is your boy Bands, and I'm back for the first time. Because for the first time, I'm back like Cook Crack. Want to send a shout to my goofies and my goofettes, my homies and my homettes. Hope everybody's having a great day, great year, great start to a year. Hold your head, whatever's going on, yo, dust that shit off your shoulders, man. It's gonna get right. Yahweh is there to bless and hold down everybody. Just have your faith and keep believing in Him and keep going strong. You may bend, but don't break. Always hustle and never crumble. You understand? Alright, let's run it down. Got one to put in y'all ear today. Houston woman murdered over her partner's $125,000 cocaine swindle. Now, I could just imagine what happened. It's kind of crazy. I can just imagine what happened. Unfortunately, this poor lady done lost her life behind it. My condolences go to the family of this young lady. Her name is Sherry Dawson. May she rest in peace, everybody. But we're going to keep moving right along and find out as to what happened and what's going on in this story. Before I go any further, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment, talk your shit. Let's run it.
Dealing and double dealing outlined in court documents that all culminated in a North Houston woman's death. 33-year-old Sherry Dawson gunned down at this storage unit along the East X Freeway November 5th, and now months later, police have charged a Detroit man, Kip Stitz, with murder.
A murder suspect is still out there after being accused of murdering a woman at a Northeast Houston storage facility. ABC 13's Chaz Miller is joining us live in the ABC 13 newsroom. And Chaz, it sounds like there are a whole lot of new details emerging in this case.
That is certainly the case, Samika, and as you said, there is now somebody charged months after this alleged murder took place in November. And authorities say
this shit happened back out in November. I'm thinking this shit just happened.
All possibly due to the dealings of that victim's common law husband. Let me explain. The victim was 33-year-old Sherry Dawson. Court records state her common law husband had dealings with the now murdered suspect, whose name is Kip Stitz. According to those records, the common law husband and a drug supplier stole $125,000 from Stitz, money that was allegedly for cocaine. Well, the reason for that, Stitz was allegedly planning on robbing the supplier, so this was done, according to court records, out of revenge. The records state the common law husband told police all of this as they were investigating Dawson's murder in November. The next day, Stitz, who is a suspect, well, his phone was pinged back in Detroit. He has not been caught. Court records say Stitz lives in Detroit, but spends a lot of time here. We will let you know when and if he is taken into custody.
That's kind of crazy. That's some crazy work right there, yo. You know what I'm saying? But it's when you got stuff like that that happens and you sitting up there trying to rob your plug. That's one thing I never understood. Like, if I got a good rapport with my connect or my plug, I'm not about to run off on that man. You feel me? Because what I got going on, what we got going on, you keep giving me this and I keep giving you that. Everything's going lovely. Why would I need to rob you, man? That's bringing nothing but extra drama, extra bullshit. It's a lot of chain reactions that come from behind that. And look at here, because you wanted to rob the plug, you got your lady murked, bruh. Make it make sense, bro. You got your woman murked because you wanted to rob someone for 125 racks and not supply the coke, that white girl, that sugar booger. Come on. But yo, let's run it, let's get it down, and I'm gonna talk my shit afterwards. Woman shot dead at Houston storage in $125,000 drug deal gone wrong. Sherry Dawson shot dead at Houston storage in $125,000 drug deal gone wrong after her husband, Matthew Jasso, which is this bastard right here. But this dude, Matthew Jasso, tried to rip off cocaine buyer Kip Stitz, only for the man to kill middleman's wife when the drugs failed to show up. See? A Texas woman was shot dead in the drug deal gone wrong at a Northeast Houston storage unit in November after her common law husband ripped off a drug buyer, according to the court documents. Kip Stitz of Detroit, Michigan, was charged with the murder of Friday in connection with the 33-year-old Sherry Dawson's death. As of Wednesday, the man remained at large. My condolences to Sherry Dawson and her family. May y'all keep your head and hold your head up high. The wanted man is described as being a former friend and business associate of Dawson's common law husband, Matthew Jasso, who reportedly admitted to being involved in drug trafficking. Swindle cocaine buyer comes looking for his $125,000. Investigators say on the morning of the murder, November 5th, surveillance video shows a pickup truck following Dawson into a storage unit along the East Tex freeway. Footage shows the driver having a brief altercation with Sherry before shooting her and speeding away. This is why I'm telling you. What you did didn't have nothing to do with your wife and kids or your parents or whatever, your brother, your sister, whatever the case is. I'm coming for you. And it's crazy that oh, wow. Anyway, let's keep going. While police were investigating the scene, Sherry's common law husband Matthew Jasso arrived. Jasso told officers Dawson had gone to the storage unit to pick up some items. When he realized she had been killed, he became distraught and told police he knew who was responsible and why. See, now that your woman's out of here, now you got to sit there and tell him the whole story. According to the court documents cited by ABC 13, Jasso told police that he worked as a middleman in the drug trafficking ring. His job was to collect the money from the buyers, give it to the supplier. The month prior to Sherry Dawson's shooting death, Jasso had introduced Stitz to his supplier to arrange a large purchase of cocaine. According to the husband, Stitz planned to rob the drug supplier, with Jasso warning the supplier about Stitz's plan. In response, the supplier decided to set up Stitz to steal his money as a punishment for the betrayal. Hold up. Okay, so from what I understand and from what it shows from the video, and it seems like this dude Matthew Jasso and Stitz, it seems like they might have been cool with each other. So cool that this dumbass Kip Stitz goes and says to, I guess, Matthew Jasso that he plans on robbing the supplier. I don't know if that's true or not, or whatever the case is, but make it make sense. If I'm giving you $125,000, why would I sit there and tell you I plan on robbing the supplier if I'm actually giving you the bread? It's not like we're sitting right here and we're all in this section together and we're meeting under a bridge or a back alley and you got the product and I got the money, we exchange your nose. Like, I'm giving you the money, you go and tell the suppliers, like, you coming back, bringing the work to me. That's what it seems like. If that's how it went down, I'm not too sure, but that's what I'm gathering from what they're speaking. Stitz got 125 racks taken from him. Ain't nobody letting that slide. I don't care who you are. No one is letting that slide. No one, not trying to be funny, when you in that game, no one is about to sit there and say, I'm going to let Yahweh handle it. No, they're not about to do that. They're going to go handle that themselves. That's 6 figures, bro. That's 6 figures. According to the husband, Stitz planned to rob the drug supplier, with Jasso warning the supplier about Stitz's plan. In response, the supplier decided to set up Stitz to steal his money to teach him a lesson. Key court documents placing Detroit suspect at the crime of the scene. At the time, Stitz had paid Jasso $125,000 for a shipment of cocaine, only for the drugs to never be delivered. Jasso passed the money to the supplier, who gave him $10,000 cut, with the husband then blocking Stitz's phone number. See? So I guess y'all wasn't cool like that. If homie knew, all right, cool, I'm gonna rock with you. I think your boy Jasso was part of a bigger organization. Dawson's husband told police that 2 weeks before the murder, he got word that Stitz was looking for him and that he believes his wife was killed because of the money he stole from Stitz. Exactly. According to the court documents, cell phone data from Stitt's number placed the wanted man's device at key points, surveilling the victim's home before the shooting, at the storage unit seen around 10:10 a.m., and fleeing north to Detroit by evening. Records also showed calls to a person whose phone activity suggested he picked up Stitz after the shooting. Hours after the murder, police pulled over another vehicle registered to Stitz in the Atascosa, whatever, but Stitz wasn't in the vehicle. Yo, this whole shit is crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. I mean, this pretty young lady just sat there, lost her life because her punk ass husband and a booty butt supplier wanted to run off with the bag. But I believe she would still be here to this day had Stitz never told Jasso, which I'm assuming you and Jasso must have been cool enough for you to sit there and let him know, look, I plan on robbing your supplier. He could have been saying it as a joke or whatever, but in that, when you in that lifestyle, you can't be joking like that. But at the end of the day, he said he had planned on robbing a supplier. So what did Jasso do? Jasso probably being loyal to the organization that he's running with and that he could get that work from. He's going to sit there and say, yo, the boy that I just got this bag from, he's talking about trying to rob us and shit. You see what I'm saying? Think about that. So Stitz is like, all right, well, if you trying to rob him, that's pretty much like robbing me. Because you coming through me to get the work. And then if you going to do that, then I got to sit here and answer to this man as to where that work at or whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? So my condolences to Sherry Dawson. And her family. It's make it sound like kind of crazy me saying this, but like I said, my condolences go to Sherry Dawson and her family. I don't know if she had kids, but I pray that everything works out for them. As for if I'm constantly getting money, you consistently bringing that bag, and I'm bringing that work, or vice versa, or whatever the case is, why would I want to rob you? Make it make sense. Then that means I got to go out, find another supplier, or plug, whatever, and I gotta sit there and convince this plug that I'm a stand-up dude, I'm a real motherfucker, I gotta get somebody to vouch after I already built a rapport with this one. It makes no sense. And it's sad that this young lady had to lose her life behind it. You know, that's why I say when you in that lifestyle, man, for real, I don't care how old you are, whether you young, whether you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, even if you up there in your 60s and 70s, shit. An 80-year-old man just got fucking popped for him and his son running a $400 million drug ring. I mean, make it make sense, bro. You know, but I just, it's bananas, man. But y'all stay up. This is your boy Banks. Holla!